3 years ago today, President Trump took the oath of office, and 1 year from today, either he is or his successor will swear to protect and defend the Constitution. But first, President Trump has to get through the Senate impeachment trial that starts tomorrow. Brad Parscale is here now, President Trump's campaign manager, in this exclusive interview. And good day to you. I know you'll be doing a lot of these, but your first one in a while.
Good afternoon. Congratulations first to have your own show. I mean, I flew all the way here just to see you today.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you for being here. We got a lot of data to get into. First, how would you characterize the state of your campaign today?
Actually,
in a sentence, what would you say?
Better than it even was in 2016 and better than it was 3 months ago.
What do you mean?
Raising more money. The numbers are up. You can even look at things like Rasmussen, who were right in 2016. Every standard we have to measure what's going on with the president and trying to win victory in 2020, we're doing better.
I've got some numbers for you. 2016 suburban voters on screen. Here you go. President Trump led Hillary Clinton by 4 points. Among suburban women, he trailed her by only 7. Now, we did a poll here at Fox about a month and a half ago, and these numbers are very different. Yeah. From December of this year, among suburban voters, he now trails by 11. Among suburban women, he's down by a whopping 24 points. How come?
Well, those are different measurements also. You're measuring one on a ballot and you're measuring one on approval. Those are different things. The president has actually never done better in all his numbers when you start looking at ballots. You got to matter. We still don't have a candidate to run against. Right now, people want to judge on a bunch of different ways. And it's how you ask those questions also. But if you actually look on a general approval, he's actually doing better. In our numbers internally, he's never been higher. I mean, some of the ones have him over 50% now. I think with women, as they start to see, lowest unemployment, 3.2% for women in 50 years. I think you see 10 years now. I think that women, since women actually were more employed in the workforce than men. And as soon as the president runs on any of the ballot against any of their policies, he performs greatly against them, better than even Clinton.
If that's the case, Brad, why are our numbers not different then? Down 24 is substantial.
No, I just don't think those numbers are right. You can't just go and ask a question. They could ask approval in different ways. When you actually say, do you want President Trump or do you want a President Blah from the other left side, and the policies they stand for, the president does significantly better. He is so far ahead of where he was in 2016 against Clinton. He's so far ahead of these other candidates in fundraising and in numbers and what we're going to do. And their policies are so far left. The American people are not going to want them. Right now, the American people have tuned out because, honestly, what's happened with impeachment and everything else, they've shut down. They're enjoying the Super Bowl. They're watching football games, enjoying this country's great economy. They're not sitting around watching this stuff.
I'm going to give you an example from 2018. It was a very good year for Democrats, as you well know, in the House. I want to take Georgia 6. This is a congressional district just north of Atlanta. Yeah. This is Newt Gingrich's seat just 20 years ago. It flipped from Republican to Democrat. Are those districts gone for good?
No. Look, the president's not on the ballot there. The president is overperforming. Look, now we're talking about states, now Michigan, Minnesota, states, though, now they're talking about we have to go defend. In 2016, Bill, if I would have been talking to you and I told you that those are the states they'd be fighting for in 2020, you'd say I was crazy. They're not talking about Ohio and Florida anymore. The map has changed.
So
and the president on the ballot changes things. You had millions of voters that voted for Trump that didn't show up in 2018 because he wasn't on the ballot. And those millions are going to show up again, and more millions are going to show up even more because now they have actually, the president has policies that he's been effective on that now he can run against and say, look how things
So you think Georgia 6 is a one-off? That's the case you're making?
Yeah, look, special elections are special. Hence the word on them. They're special.
That wasn't necessarily special. Well, that was during the
you're talking during the other race. Look, either way, who runs in the congressional race matters. That's not President Trump on the ballot, and it's different. Yeah. And so the president's going to win Georgia. It's not even close.
How badly could this impeachment trial harm your campaign?
I actually think and I said this before, from a campaign side, I'm sure the president doesn't, he has to speak for himself on this. But I'll tell you from the campaign side, our numbers have gone up. I told the president this right out of the gate. I said, if they try to impeach you and they try to do this for doing nothing wrong at all, you're the one that's going to become victorious out of this. It's going to create lots of fundraising, which we've already proven with over $200 million in the bank between our committees. Our numbers have gone up, and the independents see this farce and this hoax. And I'm telling you, the American people don't like a bamboozle. They don't like a kangaroo court, and they don't like this stuff.
Michael Bloomberg said this in the last couple of days. He said one of the reasons I'm reasonably confident I could beat Trump is that I would be acceptable to the moderate Republicans you have to have in order to win elections?
Well, I'll start worrying about Bloomberg when he can beat Pocahontas or beat Mayor Pete in the polling numbers. Unfortunately, he's not even there yet. So I don't think I even worry about him right now. I don't even think he's in double digits
Some
yet.
suggested he would spend $2 billion.
Yeah, well,
If he does, can you match that?
yeah, I mean, he's going to be heating up some, throwing that money in the furnace. Look, soft dollars and what he chooses to do, I'm not worried about. The president's message resonates with the American people. We're going to have the ground game ready. We're going to have the digital game ready. We're going to be ready. We have been spending years now getting our voters ready to turn out. We have tens of millions of them ready to show up. And as far as I see from their side, they're not ready to turn out those votes.
Just about a minute left here. Canvass the whole Democratic field at the moment.
Yeah.
Who concerns you?
Actually, I don't look at any one candidate and say they concern me. I worry about what we need to build on our side. Regardless of who shows up on the other side, we're going to have a campaign this time that's ready in every single aspect to take on whatever fight we need to. We're going to have 10 to 100 times more volunteers out there. We're going to have better canvassing programs. We're going to have better digital operations. We're going to have better at everything. And we're going to build a program that's ready for any candidate that comes. And I'm going to tell you, once the president sets his target on them, they got to be ready because this president is a fighter and he's going to win this election.
Thank you for your time, Brad Parscale. We will stay in touch over the next year. Okay?
This is awesome to be here for a show.
Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bud.